In this video, I'm going to try to cover the basics of the command line usage. So let's open Terminal. And as you can see over here, it's showing me that I'm in the Eisen folder, which is the home folder directory. It's called Eisen on my computer. And the first command we're going to use is ls, which means list. And that will show us all the files and folders inside of our current directory. So there's applications, desktop, documents. These are all folders inside of Eisen. So if we want to go into one of those folders, we can say cd, which means current directory, and then type a folder name, and now we're inside of desktop. And now we hit ls again, and we can see that inside of the desktop folder or directory, there's one folder called current, and that's the one right here. So as you can see, it kind of switched on the left. It now says desktop, so we can see that we moved the folder. Another really handy trick is pwd, print working directory, and that will show you the full path of wherever you are. This is especially helpful if you have multiple folders with different names. You can kind of get confused where exactly you are. So let's create a new folder. And to do that, we use the mkdir or make directory command, and we'll call that cats. So we have a new folder over here on the right called cats. Cool, let's cd into that folder, and let's use a touch command, which will create a new file. So let's call this file kittens.rb. And now we can see we have a file inside of the cats folder called kittens.rb. Now let's say we wanted to rename or move this file. So we would use the mv move command, and we would say move or rename kittens.rb, and then we'd pass it the new name. So let's new name, call it puppies.rb, and now we can see there's only one file called puppies.rb because it renamed kittens.rb. And if we want to copy a file instead of renaming it, it looks really similar. We'd say copy the following file, and the new file should have, or the copy should have this name. So now we have a more puppies.rb, which is just a copy of puppies.rb. So let's create a few more files here. Kittens.js and puppies.js. All right, now we have a good couple of files in this cats folder here, and let's say we want to remove puppies.rb. So we can use the rm command, which means remove, and we just type puppies.rb, and boom, that's now gone. So this puppies.js is still there and the other two files, but we removed puppies.rb. So let's say we wanted to remove multiple files. So we can obviously say rm and name each file, but that can be really, really tedious, especially if you have a bunch of files. So here's where the asterisk or wildcard character comes in. So we can say rm asterisk, and that will delete all files. What I'm going to demonstrate here is you can say rm asterisk.js, and that will only delete files ending in js, regardless of what the characters before that is. So if we do that, we can see, boom, it deleted the two JS files. So far, so good. Let's try deleting a directory now. So let's do cd space dot dot, and that will bring us up one directory. So we're now on the desktop. We can create a new directory or folder. We'll call this one dogs. And then we can try to delete this one by using rm dogs, and you see you get the message dogs is a directory. So rm will only delete files. So instead we can do rmdir dogs, which will delete the dogs directory. Now let's do the same thing for cats, and we get an error, directory not empty. So rmdir will only delete an empty directory. So to delete a directory that has files and or folders inside of it, we can use rm-r, which means everything inside of it, and f, you'll see often, that means force. So that's basically, if there's a bunch of subdirectories, it may prompt you each time saying, are you sure you want to delete this? Are you sure you want to delete this? And f is basically force, delete it all. Another letter I like to use a lot is v, and that will actually show you what you deleted. So if we do rm-rv cats, we can see that it deleted the more puppies.rb file and the cats directory itself. So another thing I wanted to show you is you can use Control L and that will clear the terminal. Another thing is you'll often see people do, so let's say we create one called dogs, and then we want to say inside of dogs, we can say touch dogs slash puppies.rb. So now if we want to go into the dog folder, we can just say cd and we can start typing dogs and then hit the tab button and then start typing puppies and hit the tab button again. Well, that's not a directory, so we can't go into there, but I think you get what I'm saying. The tab will basically auto-complete the word as long as there's not another one which starts exactly the same. I think that's it. I wanted to keep this really short. There's lots of cool stuff you can learn, and I definitely encourage you to look into more advanced stuff. But this is a good start.